Hello curious people, welcome to Jainism, the ancient science. I am Manisha Gala from India, and today I am going to talk about anger, its various intensities, their effects, and finally how to manage anger issues. Anger is a basic negative emotion and almost every living being has it. Not just humans, even animals, birds, other creatures, even plants. They also have anger because that is a basic emotion present in most living beings. And there are various triggers of angers. Sometimes situations are such that we tend to get angry, and sometimes it is without reason you feel angry. You are sitting and thinking about someone or something and suddenly you start feeling angry, or sometimes due to heat you start feeling angry or irritated, agitated. That's a kind of anger only. Maybe some people have blood pressure issues that makes them angry. Situations or the triggers can be any, but the root cause for this anger is your karma. Is the anger related karma. When it comes to fruition, it creates a situation, external or internal. But in such situations, a being is tend to get angry. Now, different people react differently to the same situation. That is because their spiritual level is different. If your anger karma is mild, you will not feel so much angry compared to the other person who is blasting with anger in the same situation, because her karma is different from yours. So karma plays a very big role in this. How to tackle that, I will come to that later. First, let's understand the intensities of anger and the metaphors given by Jainism for that. The first is extreme anger, what we call Anantanubandhi Krodh. This Anantanubandhi Krodh or extreme anger is so intense that the person feeling this anger may take decisions that will harm millions of people. This kind of anger is generally seen in people sitting on high positions like kings, rulers, political leaders. It is also seen in notorious people, say terrorist groups. They also take many angry actions. Their reasons may be justified for them but may not be for us. A few examples of such anger can be explosions of nuclear weapons, missiles, atomic bombs. To make such explosions was a decision of one angry person or a group of angry people, and that harmed so many living beings. As the name says, Anantanubandhi means the karma is also very strong, which generates extreme anger in that person, and also the reactions, the action taken in that angry moment is also so severe that it will attract a huge inflow of karma. Jainism compares this kind of anger with a crack in the mountain. It is difficult or rather impossible to fill a crack in the mountain, and the same way people having such Anantanubandhi Krodh or extreme anger, they hardly forgive or forget. They keep on expressing their anger in various violent ways. It's very difficult to calm them down. Now the second type of anger is intense anger or Apachkhani Krodh. This is generally seen in individuals and it harms tens or hundreds of people. A very popular example in Jain scriptures is of Arjun Mali. Arjun Mali's wife was gang raped by 6 men in front of his eyes. So he decided to take revenge, and with the help of a yaksh, he took that revenge. How? He killed those 6 men and his wife immediately, and later on every day he would kill 6 men and 1 woman randomly. He had become such a big threat in the town that people were scared to come out of their houses. And finally, after 6 months or so, Sudarshan Seth came and he was successful in calming down his anger, helping Arjun Mali to get rid of that Yaksha's influence. In modern days, we see massacres, mass shootouts. There are psycho killers who kill multiple people at regular intervals. So these were the examples of intense anger, and Jainism compares this with cracks formed in pond during drought. After the rainfall, the pond gets filled with water and gradually these cracks disappear. So it is difficult to calm down the intense anger, or it's not as severe as Anantanubandhi anger. The third type is Pachkhana Varniya Krodh or moderate anger. And this kind of anger is generally seen at community levels, family levels, disputes for wealth, land, disputes in societies, housing societies, or at election times, conflicts between opposition parties. These are all temporary things. They settle down in few months or maybe few days. So it's a moderate kind of anger. And Jainism compares it with ploughing lines formed in fields before monsoon. Once the seeds are sown and then the monsoon arrives and plants grow, and finally by the harvesting time the land becomes flat. And the fourth type is Sanjvalan, which is a mild anger. Such anger is seen in children generally, or highly spiritual people, that they hardly get angry and even their anger subsides within no time or within a few hours. Children fight one day and next day they are playing together, they forget everything. So that is Sanjvalan Krodh, and Jainism compares it with wave patterns formed on beach. Such patterns get washed off in the high tide. So these were the four types of anger. This is a broadly categorized anger, because otherwise emotions are thousands and there are hundreds of levels to this, but for understanding purpose, Jainism has categorized it this way so that one can understand the amount of karma inflow according to the intensity of emotion. So Anantanubandhi, it's a huge inflow of karma. Apachkhani, it's little lesser. Pachkhana Varniya, lesser. Sanjvalan, very less inflow of karma. As the intensity of the emotion reduces, the inflow of karma also reduces, and it becomes easier to reduce that karmic load. Now let's see how we can manage anger issues. So now you know that it is the karma that creates a situation, and it's you who decides how to react to that. So the first step would be observation. We can observe ourselves. How many times in a day we are getting angry, or how many times in a week, or how many times in a month, or how many times in a year we are getting angry, and what is the intensity of our anger. Is it that even a small trigger makes us fume, or it's just we react moderately? Then comes acceptance. We observe ourselves, but we are not ready to accept that we get angry. We all are intellectual people. We can justify our actions. We can say the situation was such that I had to take this kind of steps. I wasn't wrong. See, right or wrong is a different thing. But did you get angry, or did you react with an angry mind, or you waited to calm down, think a little and took some action? This is important. Then comes seeing yourself as a third person. Sometimes it is difficult to control anger and we react in that mode, but after we cool down, there will be some time then we can rewind in our mind and we can see ourselves, how I reacted. And at that time, we can also think about different ways to react. Was it possible to react in XYZ manner instead of the way I reacted? Was it possible? If yes, just think about it and remember. And you can make up your mind that if next time such situation arises, I will react not this way but the other way. This is a matter of practice. It won't come in the first time. No, but every time whenever you get angry, you do some action and then you sit back after some time and just look at it. At least you will realize that what kind of anger you are having and how harmful it is sometimes to yourself and to others. Last step would be pause. Very difficult. Whenever such situations arise, pause for a while and then take action. Think for a while. How much time? How much ever time you can control yourself. See, again, it's a very personal thing. What degree of anger you have and how much time it takes for you to cool down, it's a personal matter. I cannot tell. You are your own judge. And believe me, your soul knows everything. It's just that karma manipulates your soul's ability, and sometimes our intelligence, our brain, it also tries to manipulate things. So in such times, pause for a while and just try to listen to your soul's voice. What is your soul telling you? Is it telling you this is not right? Then pause. So this was all about anger. In the next episode, I'll talk about another negative emotion, ego. Till then, stay connected.